Good morning. It's Norma Cowie here for a Sunday Thought. I'm a little late getting to do these. I have a kind of a time schedule I like to keep because I've been watching our Canadian tennis players playing. And that gave me the thought for today to talk about discipline and commitment. I also want to mention I do have a little elastoplast over my nose because I had a growth, I guess you could call it, taken off my nose the other day, and it's not very pretty at the moment at all. No prettiness in my world. I'm just going to move that out of the way. So when I got thinking about discipline and commitment because yesterday I watched the big Liverpool play Real Madrid in the big soccer game, of which Liverpool, the team I cheer for, lost by 1-0. Their goalkeeper basically. We made a lot more shots, but the goalkeeper was magnificent. Anyway, made me think of discipline and commitment because you cannot be an athlete without discipline and commitment. I know a lot of people who work out all the time or run all the time, and those days were over for me quite a long time ago, but it's about that commitment. And I know when I was working a lot, I had kids, a husband, of course. I had running a business, and then I was doing some courses also, and then I just a lot of stuff. And people would say to me, "How do you do it all?" So I had to sit down and think. How do I get all these things done in a day? And what I realized is that I was disciplined, number one, and I was very time oriented. I would go down to my office and I would say work till 2:00. And at 2:00, no matter what, I would come upstairs and start doing what I needed to do for the family or whatever else. Because I was also sitting on boards and, young mother, busy. But it was the time, being able to time how I got things done. And I got asked that a lot. How do you do it all? And I didn't think I had lots of time for my kids. I went to their sports. As I said, I sat on boards. I went to meetings at night, all these kind of things. So we have to have a commitment. Now, I also think there's another part when you're an athlete or when you're wanting to achieve something or when you're wanting to do something. First of all, do you believe? Do you believe you can do this? Do you believe, and besides that, do you want to believe that you can do it? I found that a lot of people will do things and they can be very, very good at it, but somewhere inside they don't always believe it. And so sometimes they don't quite meet the goals they want to set out for or achieve exactly what they want to do. And if you scratch the surface, you'll find they really don't believe they could do it. There was a time, by the way, I began a girls' soccer club with another lady who had to quit very early because they moved away. And for a year, I literally pulled that whole thing together every week because we had to organize because we were a little late getting started. This happened because I was the manager of my son's soccer team. And then we had a meeting and then two of us got together. How come the girls can't play soccer? So I became an organizer and organized this whole year, plus doing everything else that I did to create this soccer team for the girls. Because I was very athletic when I was younger and played tennis and field hockey, they call it. You call it here. We just call the hockey down in New Zealand. Anyway, and so that was very exciting because I really wanted to do that for the girls, and I thought it would be good for my daughter, who was not really particularly athletic, but even though she became a yoga instructor. But anyway, I've spoken a couple of times about how we used to cheer when she in cross country running when she wasn't last. She wasn't a runner, but vicious on the field, determined and talk about commitment. She played in the half position and she was strong. She built just like a bulldozer. Anyway, besides that, you want to do something, you've got to believe you can do it. You want to be able to, I did a lot of different things in my life, beginning a lot of different new things, taking on things that I'd never done before. and wanted to do them, didn't even think of not that I couldn't possibly do it. And if it didn't succeed, it didn't succeed. And I did have some failures. There's no doubt about that. But it's like you continue to keep on. So the first thing is, do you believe? Do you believe that you're going to succeed or get out of it what you want or figure it out? And then are you committed? Commitment takes the discipline. You can be committed, but if you don't do the work, if you don't put in the time, if you don't do those other different things, so basically you've got to do what it takes. And sometimes when you first begin something, you don't know what it's going to take. It's almost like me starting my first YouTube show, Norma Talks. It came out of frustration of being in the lockdown. And after having a weekly meditation class, workshops, and everything, I was like, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do with myself. And I had this YouTube channel that I had started doing movie reviews, many years ago. And then I'd kind of gotten away from the movie reviews, which unfortunately, and I'm trying to get back to do them because I do like doing them. Anyway, that's how this whole YouTube element, now I've got 3 different things going. And because I enjoy it, it's a way of getting my ideas out. It's a way of being able to reach people in a different way. And I'm like for instance, the Monday night mental mind treatment came out of kind of an urging that I wanted to do something a little more spiritual. I'm metaphysical. I'm a metaphysical reverend. I do all these things from a metaphysical base, and the metaphysics for years and years I've studied. And one of the elements was that I was doing a lot of my metaphysical talking and Norma Talks, and then also on this, a Sunday thought, just giving that little thought because I'm not speaking at any spiritual centers at the moment. So that kind of filled that need. And I wanted it short, which I kind of keep an eye on the clock because I can get chatty, you know. And then I was like, I wanted to do something more. Now I could have done it with my tarot cards, done reading, but there's a lot of tarot card readers out there. And I read differently anyway. So it's like, and you get basically what I believe coming through in the talks. And then I thought, well, we'll do the mental mind treatments. And it's been not too long. I can't remember when we first started, probably 6 weeks maybe. And getting quite a nice little people coming in every week, asking me to make it's like prayer. Prayer is so important. So what am I for me, what am I committed to? I am committed to aiding people as much as I can and helping them understand the complexities of this emotional planet. I have a lot of different viewpoints from the majority of the world, and I recognize that. But how did I get them? I got them by, first of all, often being taught from above, which most people, I was taught from my sleep for many, many, many years. I also sort of get ideas and concepts, and then I'll work on them and grow and see where they want to go and what they want to do, because I really want to be in my own way service, and I've done that for many years, as well as support myself and look after myself. And there's only me right now, so it's all there is. And I'm enjoying a little bit. I'm not always enjoying all the isolation that's still come because we don't have as much freedom of movement as I would like. But somehow or rather, by coming on and speaking to you 3 times a week now, and hopefully I'll get to some movie reviews. My nose kind of put things a little bit at play because it's a little sore and doesn't look very nice. The stitches don't come out until next Saturday. So next Sunday, I'll probably still have this on just because it'll be all red from that. But anyway, do you believe in what you want to do? Are you committed? Are you ready to do the discipline? Are you dedicated to creating your goal? No matter what, are you willing? Now, one thing I didn't write in my little quick notes I made, flexibility. Flexibility is important. If something isn't working, sit back and think, how else can I handle that? How else can I approach that? What can I do to make it any different? Each one of us is creative within ourselves. we can be disciplined and committed, just as these athletes are, just as other people who go and achieve things and work at things and explore things. So I want you to consider that. That's the Sunday thought today. Am I disciplined? Am I committed? And am I doing all I can do to create what I want to create in the circumstances? Because our circumstances have changed a lot in the last 2 years. Wishing you well. Look forward to, well, I don't actually see you in person, but I love your comments. I was going to say, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night, Monday for the mental mind treatments, Wednesday for Norma talks, and then I'll be back on Sunday for another Sunday thought. You have a great week. Enjoy. Be happy.